You've also been getting involved with questions for our next guest, who is sat in the hot seat. Armin, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, really good. Had a really good summer. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, we were just commenting on each other's clean shoes because you've literally just landed at Creamfields. So, yeah, I know you've got a long-standing relationship with the festival. Talk to me about what Creamfields means to you.
I think the first time I played Creamfields was 2001. It's a long
Yeah.
time ago. Actually, in the beginning of my career, I was DJing pretty much only in the UK and Holland a little bit. So I always feels like coming home here. And
Yeah.
Creamfields was at the time already, the highlight of the year, and it still is. I don't think I've missed an edition since. So it's just been amazing to be part of this. And the thing I love most about it is the enthusiasm from the UK crowd. I mean, it's really next level. I mean, Dutch people are music lovers, but I think the English go even a step further. Some people just live and breathe dance music here, and it's great to be part of it, for sure.
Is there a particular stage that you think is like, for you, when you think of Creamfields, you're like, that's the iconic stage?
I've always liked the Arc stage.
Yeah.
Main stages have been amazing. I'm playing the tent this year. Last year I played the main stage, and I like varying it. So playing a little longer, which is what I love. I love playing longer sets. Keeps a little room for experimentation and, trying to veer out of my comfort zone. And it's great. I mean, honestly, I think even in a tent, if it's even smaller and you're closer to the crowd, it feels like you have more of a connection.
You can literally see like everyone's expressions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you've mentioned firstly getting pushed out of your comfort zone, and secondly being a little bit closer to the audience. I know that am I right in saying that you've broken a few world records with somewhere that you've recently performed?
Yeah.
The tallest building, the Burj Khalifa.
Yes.
Okay, I don't even know where to start with this, because when I was looking at the video, I was like, what on earth? Like, they literally lit up the whole of the building.
Yeah.
And you were at the top of it?
Yep.
Where did that start? Like, when did you get approached for that, or did you ask to do that? Like, what was going on there?
I'll try to tell you the short version of the story. I have a very special relationship with the people from Untold Festival in Romania. It's basically first time I played the festival was 2015. Was booked for 2 hours, ended up playing 3. Next year I was booked for 2 hours, ended up playing 4, and et cetera, et cetera. So in 2019 I played a 7-hour set on the main stage.
Wow.
And it's just, people in Eastern Europe, they love trance and they love my sound, and I just feel a special connection to the crowd there. And they're doing a Dubai edition. So they asked me to do something special for announcing the festival that they're doing in February next year in 24. And they came up with the idea to do a set on the Burj Khalifa, which actually I heard in hindsight that a lot of people try to do sets there, but nobody was allowed. And for some reason, they allowed me to do it, and I felt honored.
They're like, wait a second, we've got Armin Van Buuren on the phone.
Yeah, and so
we're sending him up there.
So I flew to Dubai, and I did the set there. And I didn't know it was a world record, because I've seen DJ sets from hot air balloons and stuff. But apparently, it is the tallest building in the world. And for people in the Middle East, it's like the Eiffel Tower. It's such a special building and an iconic location. And then also the LED wall on the actual building is the largest LED wall in the world.
So that is the second. That's got to be the second.
But
world
I didn't
record.
know.
It must be highest, and then
I didn't
you
know.
were just there like.
Oh, I
doing
came
the
off.
thing.
I finished playing my set, and I'm asking to the camera guy, was that the highest DJ set? And then somebody said, yeah, it was. Why didn't anybody tell me? I didn't even know, but it was
things
surreal.
better. Would you have changed things if you'd have known that?
Not really. I'm very fortunate. I'm not really scared of heights. I know a lot of people are, and I think that was the most asked question to me this week. Were you scared when you were up there? And I wasn't. No, I wasn't. It was just an amazing view, and I felt so honored. But it was weird because there was no crowd in front of me.
Yeah. Was it like a lift? Did you have to go? Well, obviously you're not doing stairs, but like, was it a lift like straight the way up?
No, you had to take a couple of elevators, and usually that's off limits, so you can't go there. But no, it was, and the sound was actually pretty pumping up there, and the crew had an amazing time.
Yeah.
And they had like a lot of drones. I think it was 15 or 20 drones and a helicopter.
Wow.
And it felt like a James Bond movie.
That is a huge project.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely insane. What's next? What kind of thing could you do next?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe like on top of. I feel like that's higher than a mountain, though. It's got to be. It's probably logistically a bit easier. I don't know.
No, I think
what
there's
could be next?
DJ sets that have been done on mountains, but this is the tallest
I
building.
know what you have to do next.
What?
You have
Tell
to
me.
go
To the
like
moon.
as low as possible. So like maybe like really low in the sea somewhere.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit. That sounds scary. I'm not putting that into the atmosphere. Right. So you're going to be on the Mega Arena.
Yeah.
Have you got anything in your set that you can like throw forward to? Let us know what's going to be in there. Any sneaky surprises?
I wish I could say, but I am premiering some brand new tracks
Okay.
that I finished. Some big collaborations that I'm working on. The thing is, I've been so.
Can you tell us any names?
No, not yet.
You don't ask
I'm
me
throwing
that
my
yet.
new single though. I can tell you
Okay.
that. Lose This Feeling, which is all the BPMs are going up, which is what I love because I've always been playing like 138 and 140, and it seems to be allowed again to play those harder styles. And I love it. I love the fact that trance is making melodies are making a huge comeback, and everybody feels so great about that, and it's really exciting in a way.
Yeah, the energy was high very early today. Right, before we let you go, we've got a couple of questions that people have been getting into us.
Right, go on.
So Chris DEDM has said, what's been your most memorable set to date? I think
Well, Burj Khalifa is
Yeah, I was
definitely
gonna
up
say that's a
there,
big
but
one.
I think I'd like to say my solo show that I did in the Amsterdam Arena, 2017, because it was a combination of everything I'd ever done. You know, all the artists that I work with. We played in the biggest stadium, the Ajax football stadium, Johan Cruyff Arena, and I played 2 nights, sold out. My family was there. You know, all the people I worked with, and we did this show, which is on YouTube, by the way. You can find it, and it was so iconic because everything sort of came together. It was called The Best of Armin Only, and I still have really good memories about that. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. SM Fur says, which artist from a different genre outside of dance music would you like to collab with?
Oh, actually, I listen to a lot of other music. Especially, I've just on holiday. I listen to a lot of jazz and ambient music, and I'm a massive fan of Jean-Michel Jarre and the classic synthesizer sound. Vangelis and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it would be great to work with them. I've done a track with Jean-Michel Jarre before. He's an absolute legend. He's one of the first people to actually make music with a synthesizer. It sounds weird now, but once the synthesizer was considered not to be a real instrument, guitar was an instrument. The synthesizer wasn't.
Yeah.
Until the Beatles ended up using a synthesizer on the White Album, and then.
Oh, and then the Beatles do it, so obviously.
Exactly. So. And I love that story. So everything with the early days of the synthesizer is exciting to me. Yeah, for sure.
Glog78 says, what's your favorite track at the moment?
My favorite track at the moment. I'm a fan of Space Case. Is it wrong to promote your own tracks?
No, obviously you can.
I've done a track which I wrote for the State of Trance Festival in Utrecht earlier this year. And it was an homage to the early rave sound, which came before the trance sound. And it was when everything was still, techno and trance and house was all still the same thing. And it was felt, and I feel we're going back to that era right now. And Space Case is sort of my homage to that era.
Dino Gem says, what country have you been to that has the best food?
Best food? Well, I'm a sucker for everything Asian.
Yeah.
So just take me to. I was in Japan earlier, and I did omakase. You know what that is? Omakase sushi. Oh my god, it's the best ever.
I do love sushi.
Yeah.
One last question before I let you go. We've been asking everyone, so it's our version of Snog Marry Void, but it's a camp back-to-back or rave. So from the Creamfields lineup, who would you want to camp with? Who would you want to back-to-back with? And who would you want to rave with?
Ooh. I'd love to rave with Enrico Sangiuliano. I met him on the plane. He's a good friend. He actually played on the State of Trance Festival. Absolute massive fan of his sound. And he told me he sometimes goes raving, and I would love to stand next to him. Back to back, obviously, would be the new trance guys like Patrick Topping and Ben Hemsley. I think
That would be sick.
Yeah, they're playing the sound that I used to play here when I first played Creamfields. And it's great that they're bringing that sound back. I absolutely love them. And camp, there's many friends of mine here. I think probably Vini Vici. They're we've done quite a few tracks together. The last track we did is doing great again. Great Spirit is a classic that we did. I still play that every set. And they're the nicest guys. You know, Aviram and Matan are close friends, so it would be great to camp with them.
Great. So many people in the camp. But Armin Van Buuren, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And obviously you have an amazing set.
Thank
it's
you.
going to be insane. Watch out for those new tracks. Thank you very much. Thanks
Cheers.
for joining
Thank
us.
you.